Shalom. I'd like to begin this video by giving all praise, honor, and glory to Yahweh, Ba'ashem, Yahweh Shai, Ba'ashem Rakakwadash. Double honors to the apostles and the elders of Great Millstone who rule well. Shalom to Yakim out there that's pushing forth the word of Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahweh Shai and all faith, truth, and sincerity, remaining watchmen unto the house of Israel. The issue is not the virus. The issue is debt. And we understand that if you look at the global debt clock, the United States of America, this government is over $200 trillion in debt. And there is no realistic way of ever paying that back. And we know that the elites at the top who run everything, they want to establish a new world order and institute a new monetary system, which the RFID chip, which according to the scriptures is the mark of the beast, is going to play a big part in that. But in order to get there, they have to crash this current monetary system, this current world reserve currency, which is the US dollar. And we see steps being taken towards that now. They created an issue with this whole Rona virus, and it's caused the economy to go into a recession, okay? And now on top of that, recently you had Donald Trump pass a stimulus bill to give every American $1,200, okay? Now, you got to understand, that's trillions and trillions of dollars that they're about to print, or that they have printed out of thin air. And you got to also remember that the dollar is already by itself practically worth nothing. It's just paper, okay? The US dollar is not backed by anything tangible, which makes its value pretty much nothing. It's a fiat currency, okay? People just believe that it's worth something, okay? So the US government has just printed trillions and trillions and trillions of dollars to pass out to every American. But what people don't know, because people are happy, you know, because of this whole situation of the Rona, is put people out of work, and people are losing money. So they look to this little stimulus check as a way to help them out, and you can already see, you can already hear and see Jake, already. Yeah, man, I just got my stimulus check, man. I'm finna go splurge, Yeah, girl, I got my check, blah, blah, blah. I'm finna do my thing. But the thing is, it's kind of fucked up that they shut down the society and passed a stimulus bill, but you can't even go out and spend that money, okay? Besides going online, nobody can really go out and spend that money on anything, because the purpose behind passing the bill was to stimulate the economy, to get things so-called back in balance. But it's not going to work. People look at this stimulus bill as something good, but really it's going to cause more harm than anything, okay? And what the harm is going to be is hyperinflation, okay? Now, I got this website pulled up. It's from thebalance.com. So I'm going to go on a definition of hyperinflation. The title is Hyperinflation, Its Causes and Effects with Examples. Now, I'm going to just read the information that's on this little pictograph here, because it pretty much says it all. All right. It says, what causes hyperinflation? It says hyperinflation is when the prices of goods and services rise more than 50% in a month. Okay. It says it starts when a country's government begins printing money to pay for its spending. And that's what you see happen now. They're printing US dollars practically out of thin air. It says instead of tightening the money supply to stop inflation, the government keeps printing more, which in turn is going to devalue the US dollar even more, because the more of something that you have in abundance, the more rare it becomes, the lesser the value that that item has. Okay? Now going back up here, it says, as the government increases the money supply, prices rise as in regular inflation. So this is what we're about to begin to see happening throughout the United States. Okay? Now in the background, you got already, this is happening. Okay? This is happening on a small scale. And I remember the Apostle Tahar put up a video about a woman who was in a grocery store, and the price of meat and I believe the price of eggs was fairly high. Okay? And that's because right now also what they're doing is they're cutting off a lot of farmers, telling them to dump their food supply and their meat supply. Okay? So the effect of that is that naturally the prices of those things are going to rise because they're in rarity. They're in rarity. Okay? Now that's going on in the background. But on top of that, okay, you're going to have the prices of food and different items skyrocket because they've pushed all this money. They've printed, all this money into the supply. Okay, which, like I said, devalues the dollar. Now, continuing on in this little pictograph, it says, as the government increases the money supply, prices rise as in regular inflation. It says, with too much currency sloshing around, prices skyrocket. You see? So with too much money, currency sloshing around, prices of things are going to skyrocket. So pretty soon when you go into these grocery stores and you see bread is worth $10, $20, all right, or a pack of water is $40, just know that that item itself has not increased in price. It's just that the value, it's just that the dollar itself has devalued. So in turn, it takes more money, because if the dollar is devalued, it takes more of it to pay for that item. Okay, to pay for the pay for that item, that bread or that water or that meat. Okay, so this is what is about to happen real soon. You Americans are a lot of you are in a state of depression, and you're bored to death because of this whole shutdown. But a lot of you are so-called still happy. Oh, they're giving us $1,200, but what you people don't know in the background is they're causing hyperinflation, and that's exactly what these elites want, because it's going to add more fuel to the fire when it comes to this economy crashing. Okay, and this in turn is going to create all types of issues and problems. So let me get the scriptures real quick. This is the book of 2nd Ezra, chapter 16, verse 21. It says, behold, victuals shall be so good cheap upon earth. And right now, things are fairly cheap. Okay, things are at a fair or affordable and reasonable price. And like I mentioned, the Apostle Tahar put up a video about the eggs and meat in certain places around the world, throughout the country, in these supermarkets going up at a fairly high price. Okay, but for the most part, things right now are at a steady value and affordable value. Okay, especially gas. Gas is cheap as hell right now. In some places it's $1 and something. Okay, but it says, behold, victuals, and the victuals is it's just referring to goods. All right, shall be so good cheap upon the earth that they shall think themselves to be in good case. All right, so that's what these Americans think. They think that they're going to, things are going to continue as they are, and they're going to be able to go out and spend and gather this little money that they're about to get and stock up on food and supplies. Okay, not understanding and not knowing what's on the horizon. All right, which is a severe spike in food and product prices. So they shall think to be in good case, and even then shall evils grow upon earth, sword, famine, and great confusion. Okay? So, and the word evils just mean bad times. So people don't understand that with the US government printing all this money, it's going to create hyperinflation, a devaluing of the dollar, a skyrocketing of prices. Okay? And it says bad times are going to grow upon the earth. Okay? Because people are not going to accept that. All right? People are not going to be still in the mind to buy things. You know, people are going to go crazy. These truckers that supply food to these different, you know, these different grocery stores and stuff, they're not going to continue to drive their trucks because it's going to take too much gas. All right, too much money. The gas is going to be too much money in that day. So they're going to go on strike and they're going to refuse to continue to deliver. And that's going to create what? A famine. Okay? And a lot of these grocery stores, like I'm at a grocery store right now, the shelves are pretty much fully stocked, fully supplied, but they say a lot of these grocery stores only have about 3 days worth of food in them. You know? And that's why these trucks, they come in every week, but all of that is about to stop real soon because of this up and coming hyperinflation that we're about to see. And like I said, people are going to go crazy, you know? And that's when second Ezra the 15th chapter, people not regarding their kings nor princes. People are going to start invading each other's houses for killing each other with the sword, you know, for the lack of food and water. Okay? It says, and even then shall evils grow upon earth, sword, famine, and great confusion. Because people ain't going to know what hit them, man. They going to know why this is happening and what the hell is going on. But we know that ultimately this is all judgment from the Heavenly Father and His Son, Yahweh Bashim Yahushai. This is all judgment for the wicked. Okay? Verse 22, it says, for many of them that dwell upon earth shall perish of famine. But it's funny that if you look in the world, a lot of other places besides America are experiencing this very thing. You know, there are places in Africa who are being overrun with locust invasions, and it's tearing up their crops, eating up their crops. All right, the food supply chains are being shut down. Okay, all across the world. And then down in Venezuela, in South America, they experienced famine within the past couple of years as well. But like we always mention, Yahweh Shemel Shai is saving Babylon the Great for last because the Lord wants to send this place the greatest destruction that man has ever known, the greatest famine. Okay? It says, for many of them that dwell upon the earth shall perish of famine, and the other that escape the hunger shall the sword destroy. Okay? It says, and the dead, verse 23, and the dead shall be cast out as dung, and there shall be no man to comfort them, for the earth shall be wasted, and the cities shall be cast down. Okay? So just look for prices to skyrocket real soon. People think that they're getting this $1,200 and they're going to be in good case. Well, get ready for these prices to go up dramatically. Okay? And you know how Jake is. Jake ain't gonna take this, man. You know, they ain't gonna want to go out and pay $30 for a pack of meat. You know, people are gonna start stealing, looting, rioting. Okay, and like I said, shooting and killing each other for food and water. You know, Jake loved to eat. Jake liked to, Jake won his chicken, man. You know, but hey, this is the situation that's happening on the earth right now. you know, and things are going to grow a lot worse than they already are. Okay. But for the men of the Lord, Yahweh Bashem Yahushai is going to protect us, feed us, and comfort us in these times. Why? Because we've put our trust in the Lord. Okay. So he's going to provide in that time when troubles have increased upon the world. So with that, I just wanted to go into that real quick, and I'm going to say shalom.